Welcome to this video I've been meaning to make for years now. A developer's commentary of You Just Died. You Just Died is a video game and I am its developer. I made this game in 2022. I started in January, but I got a lot of school stress. That was really bad back then. It was the first time I had some unpleasant thoughts about life, but after school was finally done, at least that year, I started working on this game again in July. And on July 22nd, 2022, no, 27th, I think, yeah, it released. Fun fact, if I said the correct date, the day the game released is actually the 35th anniversary of Never Gonna Give You Up. Maybe 30th or 20th? Some anniversary of that song. Why? We'll talk about that when we're in level 3, but this is not the first game I tried to make, it's only the first I finished. Since 2018, I tried numerous times to make games. You can read more about my story. Of course, it was shortened a bit, but you can read more on that on a blog post I made on itch.io. I'll link that in the description. Yeah. In this video, I'm just gonna play through the game, also all of the secret endings that a lot of people missed, which is kind of sad, at least the ones that made YouTube videos of it. But yeah, I'm gonna just talk about everything and my intentions behind it. If you didn't play this game yet, it's really short. Most people take 10 minutes for it. If you play the secret endings, maybe 15 or 20. But yeah, there's gonna be spoilers in this. So yeah, if you want to play it yourself or watch a normal playthrough, in the description you'll find a download link and a huge playlist of a lot of people that made videos of it's based on a game. Some with commentary, some not, but yeah. Also, I'm still updating that playlist. If you Let's Play the game and you're not in that playlist, please reach out to me, because that means I didn't watch your Let's Play yet, which I really want to do. And yeah, this is the first game I ever finished. And after it, I haven't stopped making games, but the games I made after just aren't public, at least not as public as this one. But that's a story for another day. I'd say let's just start. We're playing version 1.2.1. This is the newest version. I don't even think I have the Unity project anymore, so probably can't make any more updates. Let's just start. As you can see, the game is called You Just Died. It was originally meant to be called Explore. We can already see the players floating. I think I added that in an update. Let me just fix the audio really quick. Yeah, I think the audio should be better now. Once I actually move up a bit. I have no idea why that happens. Outside we can see some very beautiful designed trees. Also these sheets look very goofy. Yeah, I just imported all of these models. The jump is floaty too. I think all those floaty, like, to make you actually feel like a soul, I added all of those in updates 1.1. I'm not sure. So, here we see a paper. Press E to read. Don't be scared that everything looks off. You died, but it's okay. Press E to open doors. And we see this door, and we can open it with E. I have no idea why I did this like this. There's another game I made that was even more recent than this one, where it was like you have to press E to put a cable on a computer, and then you have to press F to start the computer. Today I would replace all of that with just making a crosshair appear when you can interact with something, and then you have to press the left mouse button. But yeah. Everyone begins. We see a wooden hut here. This is supposed to represent Davy's childhood room, just without any of his furniture, only the bed. Which, I mean, this doesn't look like a children's bed, but just ignore that. Maybe it mixed with his newer home and this is his adult thing. So yeah. Suddenly it changes from this wooden cabin in the forest hut to this modern wet staircase. And it's because these are two locations merged in one. His childhood home and his adult home. In the first he lived with his mother, and in the second he lived with his family, kids and wife. And here we are greeted. Welcome to the afterlife. Your home is beautiful. I just realized I misspelled beautiful. So yeah, that sound and music is also an update, I think. You can rest now. We have had a great arrival. I'm introverted because he's in the corner. You like what you see, and we see a mirror here. Sorry, I'm still coughing. And this mirror TV thing, I mean, it's more like a, what's it called? Security camera. It's just to show the player that you're one of these souls too. And yeah, actually for a while development, this didn't work, it just didn't show anything, but then suddenly it worked. I have no idea why it suddenly did, and why it didn't before, but I'm just glad it works now. Sup, yo. And here's a paper. Your afterlife journey starts in your home, even if you had to. This game is a lot about memory, and as we learn later, the locations that are in the afterlife are locations that mean something to people. So the location you appear in is your own home. But Davy had two homes that mean a lot to him. His childhood home and his current adult home, second home, new home. So they merged into one. Instead of his bedroom being upstairs, it's his childhood bedroom. And then we go down, and it's the living room, kids' room, the broom closet. But when we go to the kitchen, it's suddenly his childhood home again. Davy, I miss you so much. This is his mother. And even though people who read their website will come to later will know what he did to his mother, she's not mad at him. She's just glad he's here now, and they're back together. This is a very campfire-y sound for a candle. And yeah, a lot of places in this game are based on liminal space images. Actually, most of them. I don't remember. I think somewhere I have a file that has all of the inspiration images. If I find it, I'm gonna put a link to it in the description. Or I'm gonna put it on the Discord server probably. I think I already posted it on the Discord server. So yeah, if we go down here, into this perspective, I didn't manage to replicate it perfectly, but this is a liminal space image. Some people may recognize. I think it even appeared in Ken Pixel's first Backrooms short film. And if we go in here, this is the room of the kids. In the first couple of versions of the game, this was just completely white. I wanted to represent that this room wasn't really forgotten, but that Davy, like, forgot it, but in the way that he wanted to forget it, like, trauma. Mom is in the broom closet. There. While the death brings you back to your loved ones, you may have existed just once. I thought the music vanished. And we see this guy appear. How could you forget? Your own children. And here we see the broom closet, because it's a door with a broom. Fun fact, these things here are just this broom scaled up a lot. And if we try to open this, it's locked, but for some reason the door that is not locked isn't unloaded. And for some reason, when you open the door, the music stops. I think that was... No, I mean, it was a bug, but I kept it in intentionally because it was cool. But for some reason, if you don't have the broom closet key, both doors are here, the locked one and the one that opens, so it still happens. Back in the garden, we can see here the Easter egg. You should not be here. This used to be just teleport you to the testing stage and then back to just restart this first level. The testing stage is the first stage I actually made for the game, where I just tested out everything, because first I created like all the things I would need, like this guy, the souls that can talk, the papers and stuff like that, and the eyes. And once they were all done, I just saved them as prefabs. The game was made in Unity, and I could place them everywhere in the levels when I started making them. So I just wanted to show that as an Easter egg. But in an update, this led to a secret ending or a secret path, so we'll do that later. Now let's walk up to this guy. If you look at his design, you can see he's made out of several souls. I gotta turn down the music. Fun fact, this pause menu and a lot of other things like saving what level you're in, I made the night before the game released. Like, I had to but it's still way too loud. I had a day in mind where I wanted the game to release. And the night before I looked on my Trello board and saw, what small things could I still add? Maybe just 1 or 2. And I added all of them. Yeah. Here's some music my friend SIRCARTAUX made. He also not only makes music, but also some great games. Link in the description. It really fits the vibe of what I wanted, some surprise music that's like bloop, 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 but it also fits this eeriness. Yeah, so here we can see another liminal space picture. Except this paper, that's from me. The exit is currently out of order. Oh, that just reminds me. Someone actually remade my game in Roblox. I can put a link to that in the description as well. And they made their own secret level here if you walk through the door or interact with it, something like that. Welcome to the hotel. As you can see here, there's some weird graphic bugs. I have absolutely no idea how this happened. But originally I wanted to make this level non-Euclidean. That means I wanted to place some portals here, but not like portals as in the game portal, but like portals the player can't see. So the idea was basically that you have this crossroad here, and like if you walk here, you would walk, you would like end up in this hallway, and you would like be rotated without noticing as well, and stuff like that. Like that there would just be some portals here you wouldn't notice that teleport you around, and everything was like connected in very weird ways. And I had to remove them because they didn't quite work. But for some reason, because there used to be a portal back here where those glitches are, but I have no idea how it actually causes those glitches. Yeah, so we have the employee lounge here. That is another liminal space image, if we look from the perspective of the eyes. Better known as Backrooms level fun. And we can see the eyes here. Go away, he says, they shall not see us. I wanna go. So basically, as we learn over there where we'll go, the eyes are living people viewing this world from dreams, and they shouldn't see the souls because like that would freak them the fuck out. So God told all of these souls, hey, they should not see you, so please just try to stay out of their way. But now these guys here, they just wanted to play a bit, but now those eyes came in here, and if they try to go through the door, the eyes are gonna like see them, and that's bad. I know the eyes aren't doing anything when they see the player, that's a bit of a plot hole, but yeah. But got an idea for that in the sequel. And over here we see another liminal space image from the Holiday Inn Hotel at some London airport, better known as Backrooms level 188, the Courtyard of Windows, Hotel, Window Hotel. It has a lot of names. Yeah. As you can read here, they are viewing our world from a perspective of dreams. And this is actually really important to me. The whole idea of this game was that you end up in the afterlife, and it's just made out of a lot of liminal spaces. The original name for the game was meant to be Explore. It was just about exploring liminal spaces. And my idea behind the lore of this world, behind the explanation of the liminal spaces, because especially back then liminal spaces meant a lot to me, was that as we learn later in the game, or as I already told you, locations in the afterlife are locations that mean something to people in the living world. So, this hotel here means a lot to someone or a group of people in the living world. Maybe the employees, maybe someone who stayed there for a bit. I don't know, but to some people this hotel means a lot, this courtyard. So, because it means so much to them, it started manifesting itself in the afterlife. And now when we fall asleep, our consciousness has nothing to do because our physical vessel needs to rest. So our consciousness just temporarily moves up to the afterlife for a bit as these floating eyeballs and just goes around and chills for a bit, and that's what we know as dreams. Our brain interprets them, and then that's why it's so wacky, but basically what we see is the afterlife. And the afterlife is made out of locations that mean a lot to people. And the afterlife is made out of all of these memories. And then when we look, let's say you're this eye, you're dreaming, you're being here right now, you see this location. You not only see this location, you also feel the feelings of the person that's responsible for the location being here. You feel how important this location is to someone. You feel that they may remember it. So then, when maybe a couple years later, after you had that dream, maybe you didn't even remember the dream the night you had it. When you see an image of this hotel, it's gonna invoke some feelings in you. And that's exactly what, at least in this world's explanation, liminal space images are. This weird, uncanny, nostalgic comfiness. You feel it because you saw this location in a dream, but when you saw it in a dream, you also felt the feelings of the person that's responsible for it being there. Want an autograph? Here we are in the VIP area. This guy was some celebrity, I don't know. Insert any dead celebrity you don't like. And we see the VIP lounge. You need at least 1 million rememberings to go in here. At least 1 million people have to remember you to go in there. For you to be considered a VIP. As we learn, everything here is memories and rememberings and feelings and thoughts, like a mix of it. Mostly rememberings. So yeah. I just wanted to say something, but I forgot. Hold on. Oh yeah. In some Let's Plays, even though the people are presumably playing it for the first time, I mean, they could have played it before and just pretended to play it blindly, but I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, because why would multiple people do that? Some people already get the text, oh, you got a strong remembering there, and the door can open, which is only supposed to happen if you play the game for a second, or like, not for the first time. When you finish the game, you can select if you want to remember Davy, and if you select yes there, in every subsequent playthrough you can go in here. But some people can do that in their presumably first playthrough, and I don't know why that happens, but it may have something to do with the way I do save data, because the way I do save data in my games is just saving txt files in a location on your computer, which is also why I could never port these games to Mac or Linux without some serious reconsiderations to the code. And yeah, the thing is, a lot of my games reference save data from older games. What I mean with that is that, I mean, I'm not sure if it happened yet, but I have a lot of plans for it. Like, if you select to remember Davy and You Just Died, he's gonna appear in the sequel. But if you didn't remember him, he's gonna die, so he won't be in the sequel. I hope that's not too big of a spoiler, but stuff like that. Like, if you do something in one of my games, it could affect stuff in other games. And for my future games, I really want them to work on Mac and at least Linux too, because I wanna switch to Linux myself, so it would be good for me to be able to play my games. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure. I mean, it won't be too hard. I just have to look for other folders. Like, I just have to see what you're playing on, and then use a different folder. But I'm just gonna have to be careful to see, like, hey, maybe this person played You Just Died, but they did it on a. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you know what I mean. Those VIPs are so annoying. Why should they be better than us? I'm still so annoyed by myself that I didn't make it so the text renders above everything else. I mean, maybe I tried to do it, but couldn't figure it out. And this, yeah, this is supposed to, yeah, this is the, I mean, just ignore the bar stool there, but this is the perspective you're supposed to see it from, vaguely. This is the original Backrooms image, which years later we finally know where it was taken. Yeah. I forgot the name of the shop, I'm very sorry, but the guy who owns it is looking for donations to be able to restore it, and keep it running. And if he succeeds, he wants to do some Backrooms events where he decorates everything for to look like Backrooms. So I'm definitely gonna put that fundraiser in the description. Definitely check it out if you like the Backrooms. Here we're in the bar. I know we can't drink, I just want to continue my moral drop. And we see some bottles here. Maybe this is even vaguely the shape of the bar he used to work at. We can even jump here to the door, but of course it's locked. She died with me, where is she? Upside down. And here we have, and then he said, I have the blade. Yo, oh my god, haha. Again, I should have really made this render above everything else, but this is actually an Easter egg, an homage, I forgot about his name, but when I really started to work on this game in July, that was like right after it was announced that Technoblade passed away, and I never really watched much of his videos, but I did like him. It's complicated, like I watched maybe 2 or 3 videos of him, but I really liked him. Like he seemed so nice and everything, and he was such a big part of the community. And when that was announced, like that was crazy and sad, crazy sad. Like I mean, crazy. How I like. I'm bad with explaining my emotions. Anyway, I wanted to put him in my game, and the sad thing is I didn't knew much about him, but I wanted to put some sort of reference. So I searched on YouTube for epic Technoblade moments, and I found this one video where I think it was in Dream SMP maybe. I know it didn't age that well with Dream and etc., but it's for Technoblade, so who cares? Where it was a moment like, I don't remember what exactly it was, maybe they were in a fight or something, and then one of them said, but I have the blade, and then Technoblade joined the server or something, or came in, and I thought that was a really cool moment, so I just imagine him talking about the story, and these people just find it very entertaining. And also what is really important for me here, my original idea was that the VIP lounge is actually a room where you could go in and meet some cool people like Albert Einstein and Technoblade, but I thought, no, these VIPs are such assholes, they think they're better than everyone. Technoblade isn't like that. He's chilling out here in the bar with just these normal guys. He met these 2 people, they're nice, so they're just having a nice conversation. He doesn't care about VIPs. He just wants to talk to some nice people. And that was really important to me. As we continue down this hallway, I can actually talk about a missing sequence here. In the original idea for the game, when you go through this door, you weren't supposed to land on the balcony yet. You were supposed to land in a long hospital hallway, very much inspired by Backrooms level exclamation mark, run for your life. And the idea was that you were being chased by a wolf. My idea was that Davy was terribly afraid of wolves, because, as we learn on the URL later, he said there was a monster in his house, and this monster was a wolf. Like, he lived in the middle of the forest with his mother, alone in the little wooden cabin, and one day a wolf came in, and he was so afraid of it that when he went to the psychiatry, he constantly had these, like, vivid hallucinations of wolves chasing him around. He thought the people there that were just trying to help him were the bad wolf from back then. And I wanted to add some more of Davy's trauma to the game, but I couldn't make it work, this chase sequence, because the hard thing about it was I wanted a wolf to appear behind you, and you had to see that, so that was the first thing. I had no idea how to move the camera while, because the player controller moves the camera, so what the fuck am I gonna do to make it smoothly? I mean, I could make an animation, but it wouldn't be smooth. I didn't know how to do that. Additionally, I didn't want you to be able to, die. Because, this is the afterlife, you can't die here, and I also don't want you to have to start over or something, so, what would happen if the wolf catches you? So my idea was just that the wolf would always, get slower if it gets closer to you. But if you just stand still, you would see that the wolf is standing still too, so what would I do? In hindsight, I just realized I could have just made it so that if the wolf catches you, the hallucination just ends. No idea why I didn't just do that, but yeah, basically, because of these 2 problems, I ended up cutting it. Oh yeah, and also, because my animations for the wolf looked terrible. My animation sucked. That was the third reason. Here we're on the balcony. A lot of people always think this is German or French. I'm just gonna reveal it. This is just inspired by those weird names IKEA gives to their products. Yeah. So this is supposed to be like this entire hotel here. Like basically, my idea is that at least in the afterlife, how these locations mixed and meshed, this backroom's interior mixed and meshed with that hotel, and the outside of that hotel mixed with a guy who was like having vacation in Florida or something. I can't remember that beach, or Miami. I don't know. I think I was thinking of Florida, but a lot of people say it looks like Miami, so let's just say it's Miami. I also just realized you can see how the level unloads here when the doors open. That's amazing. Also, back there on the beach, that white thing, there's a guy down there, there's a soul down there. And he actually has some dialogue, but the player, that like in the normal game, there's no way for you to get down there. But if anyone figures out a way how to modify the game in a way where you can go on the beach down there, it should have a collider. Please let me know. I don't even remember myself what this person said. So yeah, if anyone wants to do a boundary break episode on You Just Died, feel free to try and find out what this person said. Here we have the janitor hall. It's supposed to mean like the janitor hall, the hall of the janitor. Whatever that's supposed to be. I always had the idea that in an update I'm gonna add some way to get in this room, like a key or something. And then in there is just gonna be like a hall. And in Undertale there's this janitor guy who's like made out of slime, and he cleans the side to the left of him, but on the right side his slime drops down, so then he just turns around and cleans that. And then I just always had in my mind how that guy is just in there, just like 6 copies of him, and then you walk up to something, but I never figured out what it was supposed to be, and I also it wasn't that important. Here we have the Dimensio Partel. We will get to this later. And here we have, are you ready to talk to? Also, I just realized, are these clouds? Or clouds of distorted energy? Or both? Here it says jump, because in some updates this door frame completely messed up. I have no idea why. Yeah, I think I was trying to remove that you can see through walls because the collider is too thin, so I made the collider thicker, but you couldn't fit to the door anymore. Even though I made it super thick. Yeah. Here's dot table. Not ready, not ready, not ready, not ready. The other side. And if we go to the other side, we will get a URL, andiversum.com/report. Andiversum.com is just a website for my Minecraft machinima, but if we go to that specific URL, this is what the report page looks like. It was broken for a couple months, maybe years. Before that, it was just a basic HTML document where it was like Department of Security, police report, and then the image. But I styled it a bit when I finally fixed it. And also I added this text. This is website is part of an ARG. It's not affiliated with any police departments, just to be safe. And yeah, we see police report 27th July, sorry, I got that right, of 2042. Image taken of documents found in his house. Department of Security. And we see these documents here. This is the start of an ARG. No one was able to solve it yet without my help. Only 2 friends who I helped managed to solve it. If anyone wants to try and figure it out, feel free to. But could be hard. So first, we got Kingdom of Holny. I'm from Austria, and I looked for old names for Austria, and there was something that sounded vaguely like Holny, so I picked that. This is supposed to be a parallel universe, so this is a parallel universe where Austria is called the Kingdom of Holny. August 1997, State Stayer exists in today's Austria too, in our reality. Document ID, a lot of threes. I like 3, I don't know why. 40 Holny population control. Birth certificate. Davy Animir, our player character. Time of birth, 27th July 1987, 7:32 a.m. Northern Stayer Hospital, Mother Medgar Animir, Sex Phallus Dormus. You can try to figure out what this would mean translated to English. And unique identification number, you can figure out what that is yourself. Proof of authenticity, just for anyone trying to figure out the IRG. This is only here to fill up spaces, has nothing to do with it. This is the song text of a gibberish rap made by a German YouTuber called Tanzverbot, translating to dancing not allowed. Yeah. Or like the dancing not being allowed rule. I have no idea. Psychiatry of Andaria, 12th March 1994. So we see this is a bit later. This is his birth certificate. This is a bit later, but it's still Davy. Oh, the sound just result. Diagnosed diseases, none. Therapist, Dr. Julia Parsons. This is actually a reference to a game SIRCARTAUX my friend made called Hotel Grandwo, where you check into a hotel and you play as a person called Parsons with last name. Room 308, also a Hotel Grandwo reference. Room 308 is important in that game. And using murderer. Davy Animir was found in his home, a small wooden hut in the middle of the dark forest. We saw that. In pure panic, he was very difficult to talk and said there was a monster in this house, the wolf. And he stabbed it. In the next room, the police found his mother, Medgar Animir, dead on the floor with several stab wounds. My idea behind Davy's tragic story, at least of what you know, because if you solve the ARG, you get the rest of his story, how it ended. But of what you heard here is that he and his mother were living alone, very remotely, in the middle of a dark forest. And one day a wolf entered the home, and he was terrified. He was absolutely scared. Eventually the wolf actually left the house, but when his mom came home, he was still in so much panic he couldn't think straight. He hallucinated. He thought his mom was the wolf. And this is how his mom died. Institute, Psychiatry of Andaria, Authority, Only Population Control, and Signature. I don't know why this is just the 30333 again. I forgot to erase that. And then there's the signature. I have no idea why the signature looks like it was painted on in like paint or something. I swear I actually wrote that with a marker on the paper. I have no idea why. And the rest here is just random shit I found that I threw on the floor. Yeah. So yeah. That's this website explained. If you want to solve the ARG, this image has everything you need for the first step. I won't say more though. And also, if someone actually tries to finish the ARG, the goal of the ARG is to find out more about Davy's backstory, specifically how his story ended. So if you find something about that, then you're done. Then you know you finished it. Also, I just remembered that hallway that came before the balcony or before the hospital was supposed to have rooms in it. That's why it even exists. It was supposed to have a lot of doors, some of which you could even go in. But I didn't have the time and energy to make those. Here we are on the last level. Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley is like I mean, of course, thinking about people just being Rickrolled was funny, but this is actually my favorite song of all time. Like, not because of the meme, I just think it's a very, very beautiful song. And if you listen to the background, I think the song was made by my friend SIRCARTAUX as well. Only the first song at Davy's home was made by me. Actually has the melody of Never Gonna Give You Up, just a very slow and dreamy version of it. SIRCARTAUX, if you see this, thank you a lot for making these songs. And yeah, this is a location you can see in Never Gonna Give You Up, the music video. This is a location you can see. And this is a location you can see. All of these doors are locked, by the way, except that one, but we'll go there in the end. But you can see it's fading away. Black clouds. Stay back, it's dangerous. Forgotten. So basically, as you saw earlier, that one document was from 2042. like the police report. So when the police searched Davy's home, that was in 2042. So we're a bit in the future. And for some reason, people just don't remember this music video. Or the location it was filmed in. Maybe the location was renovated and the music video just, for some reason, disappeared. I mean, realistically, I have no idea how that music video could be forgotten, but, you know, alternate universe. Maybe in this reality it never got popular. Maybe no Rickroll exists here. Prepare. Also, what I love about this, when you walk up to this, the room loads in, but it kind of looks like they're turning the light on for you. This is a location for a music video. I think some of the tables are also seen there. And this. Now, this is Rick Astley. It actually is supposed to be him. I never let him down. But if you walk up to him, you see, in this reality, in this universe, apparently he never got that popular. Or all of his fans died, I don't know. Monkey. I have a good internet friend that has the internet username Monkey, so I just wanted to honor him. That was my way of doing it. The monkey meme. Yeah, not much more to say about this room, I think. Good luck. I love this tunnel because this effect looks so cool, but like Unity's rendered all of it for me. It's just like if you see a lot of black, it just makes everything go lighter, brighter. So yeah. Here you can see the final room with God. A completely forgotten room. And we see, I call them his liege. These are just people who, like, you know, your devoted Christians who die and see God and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay with him. Or there's people who say, that guy has nice energy, I wanna be around him. Or people who are completely lost, don't know what to do, they need his guidance. Just people who like to be around him. And some of the guys here had text in an update that said he can go in the Broom closet soon, but does he want to? But that was removed in the update. You could actually go into the Broom closet. That was just a teaser. So you are finally ready to meet me. Don't worry, you are safe here. Also, that the press E to continue text reappears every time after a couple of seconds. I added that in an update because some people didn't realize it. Also, I saw one Let's Play where the guy just walked into him while talking to him. That was funny. I know how hard your life was, Davey. Also, 1 second. Okay, if you wonder why a big popcorn just appeared on your screen, my Windows PC name will be shown here soon. And I don't want that to be public. And I don't want to have to cut this video, so I just put a popcorn here in OBS. But now that you are here, I have to tell you the truth. For living people, existing is easy. They have a vessel. Also, you don't have to wait for the press E to appear. You can just continue. But after we die and leave our vessel, we are just our soul. A soul on its own can't exist without enough given energy. The most energy in the afterlife comes from people remembering us. If no one's left to remember you, you can't hold yourself together anymore. You become a cloud of distorted energy, which will either cease to exist or evolve into something else. Also, that's what just so happened to Rick Astley. Also, I just thought his eyes. The pathway is gone. Just wanted to mention that. This is not only for people, this is also for places. Why am I making an accent? Every location in the afterlife is a location that means something to someone. But if a location is not remembered, it will cease to exist. That's why I brought you here. This location is currently fading away. So now you know all that. I have a question for someone else. Will you remember Davey? Yes or no? If you press no, it says, oh, then he won't remember you either, and the game closes. Like, actually, completely quits. But if you say yes, good, then he will remember you too. And it goes back to the main menu. And that was the ending of You Just Died. But, because I'm not a random YouTuber who sadly didn't read the description, or doesn't want the video to be too long, or wants people to play for themselves, I don't know. I know there's some secret endings here, so let's go ahead and do that. For the first secret ending, we have to go to the hotel, so I'll see you in a second. Also, just a quick fun fact, if you leave the game completely while playing it, the game remembers what level you were in and you will start in that level again. Like, not the actual position you were in, but at the start of that level at least. And the title screen will say continue instead of new game. That's one of the things I added the night before release. Okay, here we are. We just need to go to the VIP room because now, wow, you got a strong remembering there. And you can open it. And when we go in here, with the jumping again, we can see a placeholder texture. This is a texture used by a lot of Unity prototyping games. And we see this. Come on in. And if we go in there, we're in the fucking Unity editor. I love this fourth wallback so much. And we see here Davey, and we can actually control him. And one of the people that played the game actually found this, and they saw the Technoblade Never Dies here, and thought that was the Easter egg, but this is actually just the name of the soul Technoblade that's back here. But I guess it's an Easter egg too, yeah. So this is actually how it looked to me when I was making the game. These are all the scenes. Ending, her home, hotel, stage, testing, title. Yeah. I think I actually updated this to add her home in that update. As you can see, the project is still called Explore. I just copied the project a couple of times because I switched rendering pipelines. Because I wanted to do post-processing effects, so I changed to the Unity, to the Ultra render pipeline, URP, before I was using the standard pipeline. But then I figured out that apparently in the Ultra render pipeline, a object can only get light from like 20 light objects or something like that, which was bad because my entire language geometry was one object. So then I changed to the high definition render pipeline, which also means this game sucks on potato machines, but I'm sorry, I learned. Yeah, actually when I was using the Ultra render pipeline, the visuals looked a lot different. And I actually have, like, during the development of the game, often I exported it mid-development to test out some stuff. And I still have all of those in development versions. And I want to make a separate video where I show off all of the old versions of the game, all of the unfinished versions. So if you want to see that, feel free to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. Or if you don't want to be bothered, because I also upload other stuff here, you can go on my development Discord server linked in the description, and I'll post it there once I upload it. Or if it's already there, if it was already uploaded by the time you see this video, you can just go in the description. Now, what are you supposed to do here? Well, you can leave. Davey left the game. And it closes. And this is my browser. Now, if we start the game again... Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, now it's starting. I have no idea what that just was. I need gyro apps sometimes. And now I have to edit the video because I forgot it shows my desktop name here too. Great. You let Davey escape. You can't play the game without him. I could bring him back. But would he want that? Well, I want to show you the other secret ending, so we're just gonna bring him back, no matter if he wants or not. For this, we need to go to the first level, but as you can see, it says continue. And I'm in the hotel. I could just play through the game one time, but I'm just gonna delete my save data. Okay, I deleted my save data, I think. Also, I added the HIO page a bit to show over 3 liminal afterlife locations to explore 2 secret endings, Easter eggs, and ARG no one could solve yet. In hopes that if some more people find the game and make let's plays, maybe they know there's some more stuff to do after the first playthrough. Because it's really sad that like 99% of them only play the main ending. I mean, I think one of them actually said, I saw there's some more secrets to explore here, so play the game for yourself. Like, if they do that, that's very cool. But if they just don't realize there's more to do at all, I think that's a bit sad because they're missing out on content. So yeah, here's the ball. You should not be here. And if you walk in there, we can actually see there's a soul, I think, but that's just because I don't remember. Oh no, that wasn't here. That was in the VIP room because to make the light ball talk to you, I just copied a soul over there. If that's canon or not, you can decide. And here we can just see every object of the game. And basically, I just created an object here, made all the code for it, and then I just copied it over and over, basically. Like I created a prefab in Unity, and then I could put it in, but it's basically just copying. But basically, every door in the game is a child of this door, and every locked door of this door. Here you can see the eyes. This one actually follows you around. I think it's the only one that does that. Here you see a soul. I see that you found us. Welcome to the backstage. A paper. If you read this, the game works like intended. This is actually what in the code for the paper is the standard text. So if I were to place a paper in the game without specifying a text, this is just what would appear. I have no idea how this graphic bug appeared. Unity is weird. And here we can see God. And if I walk up to him, originally he teleported me back to the first level, but now I'm here. Oh, I just realized this was generated by Midjourney, so I should... When I updated the itch page, I saw they added a new thing where you can save you use generative AI somewhere in the game, and I picked no because I thought I didn't, but yeah, this was made with Midjourney. I think version 4 when it was new, maybe version 3. I mean, no, I think it was version 4. Don't worry that everything looks off. You died, but it's okay. Proceed to open doors. What's happening here? This is the childhood home of Davy's wife. But what the heck are we doing here? Wait, you're not her. Interesting, let me show you something. And this is another place that is very interesting because remember the game by SIRCARTAUX I mentioned, Hotel Grand Row? This is Hotel Grand Row. Just without the furniture and the graphics effects, and I added some of these prototype developer textures to show that for the meta narrative that comes now. But yeah, this is the level geometry from there. Wait, is there? Okay. And all the doors are missing too. So yeah, play Hotel Grand Row and all other games by SIRCARTAUX if you didn't, by the way. Here's the bathroom that was never accessible in the game, by the way. Oops. I forgot a wall. Anyway. This level is not done yet, but I think at this point it doesn't even bother you anymore. Yeah, Davy seems on real shit by now. So, are you second level entities doing good down there? By the way, I'm not gonna explain what any of this means. That's for, I don't know, game theory to figure out. I think I know how you got here. One of them must have helped you. Maybe they recognize this area. They still confuse me. I want to put a nice chatty dude here when this level is done. Maybe call him Aaron or Frank? No, these names are too normal. Okay, Hotel Control. The entrance or the exit? A question of perspective. I see that your second level entities got stronger. I'm reading high energy levels. Wait, those are from one person. Some of the texts here are teasing plot points from the sequel, and others are just some very meta, high-level narrative that's like beyond the normal narrative of the game. What the fuck? That's interesting. I have a gift for you. You should not be here. Oh, I seem to have forgotten to place a wall here. Let's continue. Thing is, the way this collider works, I think there is still a wall here, but I somehow made it... No, The thing is, I actually deleted the wall, but the collider is too perfect. I have no idea how I did that. I don't remember. And what do we have here? Some purple things. You got the broom closet key. Oh yeah, this is where you can see there's just a soul in here because I copied it from the VIP room. Yeah. This one didn't even say anything. But now we got the broom closet key, so we can go to the fucking broom closet and open it. And now the music stopping makes a lot more sense. Yeah, so this is not a broom closet. I just have to, like, for how simple the geometries in this game are, I think this looks very cool. And also I think if you look just right, you can see how the level loads in. At some point. Maybe? Not sure. Oh no, yeah. You can see this is a hill from the terrain that you see when you go outside. And now if we go here, suddenly we're in the fucking pool rooms. Don't come any closer. We don't want you here, monster. Ass. She doesn't want you here, Davy. And here she is, Davy's wife, the mother in the broom closet. So I can't even hide in the afterlife from you anymore. I never told the full story of the two, but if you want to find out at least a little bit more about them, you can solve the ARG. Uh-oh, drama. Are you Davy? And now, if we go over here, we get a seizure, epilepsy warning, but also, we're in the hotel. It just looks very different because I couldn't figure out how to correctly change the lighting over levels. But yeah, this is the Dimensio Portal. Everything's connected in goofy ways. And from here on, we can just normally continue the game. Are you ready to talk to him? Dinner. We basically just skip the hotel, like the most areas of the hotel. And yeah, I think that's everything. When rewatching this, I'll probably remember some stuff I forgot to mention, but I think that was everything important. So yeah, if you enjoyed this little deep dive into my thoughts when making this game, please leave a like, leave a comment of your thoughts. And I've been working on a sequel for this game on an off basis for a while, but I only really made the new testing level with some new features. But I have some ideas. If everything works out, eventually this year, when I have energy and just the want to make it, I'll finish it. Hopefully this year. That's my goal. And yeah, if you're curious for that, then come on my development Discord server or just follow me on itch. And if you'd like to see more of my work, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I do a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff, just whatever I feel like right now. But if you like my vibe, you'll probably like some of it. So yeah, just a heads up though, most of it's in German. But I'll probably do some stuff in English too. We will see. And also I make some Minecraft Machinima movies. If you'd like to see those are in the description as well. They are in German too, but they have English subtitles. And this is actually, I think, the first time I said this publicly, we're working on English dubs for them. But progress on the dubbing is kind of slow right now because we're also focusing on other projects. So yeah, but eventually there's gonna be English dubs for them. The thing is, we just have to play catch up because we already released like 6 movies. So yeah, we have to start with the first one and then catch up with the German dubs. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.